game live, and the Sixers just beat the brakes off of the Pacers. The player of the game, Joel Embiid, was simply amazing overall. Besides him shooting all them dang on threes, Joel Embiid is definitely the player of the game. The Sixers beat the Pacers 115-105. They did lose in the third quarter, but it didn't matter because they beat the brakes off of them in the fourth quarter. And I got to talk about Joel Embiid because when it comes down to it, even though he was breaking for chicken from three, he dominated in the post. He dominated from the mid-range jump shot. He got the other team in foul trouble. He got them in the penalty. Like, listen, that's what you do. That's how you dominate. You don't just chuck up threes as a 7'1" player. The best game of the year was today. Joel Embiid was amazing. 12 of 23 from the field, 39 points in 32 minutes. He shot 8 threes, made 2. He shot 18 free throws, made 13. He had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and 1 steal. This man was really, really good. He had 1 steal as well. But what doesn't show up in the box score is they don't show the blocks because he didn't get the block, right? They don't show the altered shots that Joel Embiid does. When he's in the paint, when people drive in the lane, he might not get the block, but guess what? He's altering the shot. This was the best overall game for me watching Joel Embiid defensively. He was moving his feet. He was moving his feet quick. He was sliding his feet and getting in front of the defender, staying in front of him. And even if even if a player drives past him, he's still next to him. He's still next to him where he's altering the shot. Joel Embiid had a great game, a great overall game. And I got to give credit when credit is due. The thing about Joel Embiid is he can do this every night. If he really wanted to, he can do this every single night. There's not one player that can stop this man. Mid-range and especially in the paint. 30.9 points per game career versus Indiana Pacers. He is simply unguardable. Unguardable. And this is a game without Tyrese Maxey. This is a game without Kelly Oubre Jr. I forgot who else is out, but Paul George played. Paul George had a great game as well. This could be the best overall game for Paul George as well. Paul George had 23 points, 8 of 17 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He did have 4 turnovers. He got to work on that. He had 1 steal, and he was playing very, very good defense, overall perimeter defense and man-to-man defense. But getting back to Joel Embiid, when I say stuff like breaking from chicken from 3, it's not me coming at Joel Embiid. It's me saying all this because I know how great this dude is when it comes, like, he's one of the great, honestly, I'm keeping it real, right? He's my favorite Sixer player of all time, right? He's my favorite Sixer player of all time. I know that sounds crazy. People will be like, oh, how is it not Allen Iverson? I love Allen Iverson, but I'm a center person. I love centers and I love power forwards. One of my favorite players of all time is Tim Duncan from the Spurs. But Joel Embiid is my favorite Sixer player of all time. And the reason why he is because of what he overcame throughout his history of being in the NBA. When he got drafted by the Sixers, he was hurt. He overcame that. There was numerous seasons where he's hurt almost every season pretty much, right? But he won an MVP. He overcame it. I'm not going to get into his personal life, but if you know, some things happened with him and his family. He took some losses, some personal losses, but he overcame it, and he's one of the greatest Sixer players of all time. Even if his career ended right now, he would be considered one of the greatest Sixer players of all time, hands down, right? Now, we trying to get him a championship. We trying to win a championship because we ain't win since 1983, since Moses and Julius Erving and the guy, Maurice Cheeks and the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get one in 2025 because the Eastern Conference is wide open, and I don't even care that we're not in first place in the Eastern Conference. They can have they can be the first seed, the Pistons or the Celtics or whoever's in front of us. All I care about is a healthy Sixers, and I feel like we can beat anybody in the Eastern Conference. Let me talk that talk, y'all.
Talk that talk.
Yeah, I'm talking my talk right now. Also, I want to say this, man. VJ Edgecombe, what a terrific game overall. For a rookie to be able to do what he's doing early on in his career is spectacular. I wasn't expecting him to be like this. I love that he was aggressive driving to the rim. He had 22 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He was aggressive. The reason why you get to the free throw line is when you're driving to the lane and you're being aggressive. You don't go to the free throw line as much when you shoot threes all day. And I love the fact that he would pass up a three, drive to the lane, and get fouled. Even if he didn't make the dunk, there was plenty of times where he had the wide open jump shot. He said, I'm going to just drive to the lane. I want an easier shot, a higher percentage shot. And I absolutely love it. Did I say he had 4 rebounds, 5 assists? He had 2 steals, always in the passing lanes. He has pretty darn good defense for a rookie and spectacular play overall from VJ Edgecombe. Simply a steal of the draft, in my honest opinion, with the 3rd overall pick, to be honest with you. And I'm going to say this, Quentin Grimes, I got to give respect to him because I really did like his defense down the stretch. Quentin Grimes was doing his thing. And the one thing I love about Quentin Grimes, see, people don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it, is the defensive rebounds. He had 9 rebounds, right? We always talk about scoring when it comes to Quentin Grimes. We don't really talk about the rebounding. Rebounding to me is one of the most important factors in winning playoff games or winning NBA games in general. And the thing about Quentin Grimes is he had 8 defensive rebounds. That is amazing. That is part of playing defense. He's your guard, and for this game, your shooting guard, or was he point guard? 1 or 2, whatever. He's a guard in this game, right? Starting guard. And usually he comes off the bench. I always say he's the modern day Lou Williams for the Sixers. And I'd rather see Jared McCain start, but listen, I don't know if Jared McCain's getting us 9 rebounds. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about that. I don't think Jared McCain's a better defender than Quentin Grimes. Even though he didn't score that many points, I love the fact that even though he didn't score, he did other things like play solid man-to-man defense, rebound the ball, facilitate a little bit. He had a steal. He had a block. Absolutely love it, right? And going to Dominic Barlow, that's another guy that I love his energy. I love his fierce competitive nature because it doesn't all show up in the box score. Just like when I was saying about Joel Embiid, this is the best game of the season. Overall game, this is the best game of the season, right? It's not everything shows up in the box score with Joel Embiid. The alter shots. I wish they would have a stat in the NBA, alter shot, because they're just as good as blocks, in my opinion, to be honest with you. The only difference is you hit the ball with your hand. Alter shots, you at least the whole job is to make them miss, right? So I wish they would come up with a stat with like the alter shots and all that, but they're probably not going to do that. But I love the fact that Dominic Barlow, his energy, his is always on go. His engine never stops. 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field. I don't really like him shooting threes. He was 0 for 2 from 3, but whatever. He had 8 rebounds, which is big time. And all the 8 rebounds were defensive rebounds, which is absolutely terrific. He had 1 assist, and he had 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers and 1 block. And solid man-to-man defense. I absolutely think Dominic Barlow was the steal of the offseason. And now let's get to the bench, right? The bench didn't really do too much. This is why I was kind of like nervous about Quentin Grimes being in the starting lineup, because when you didn't really get no points from the bench, right? And I'm just being honest. We got 11 points off the bench. That's it. That is it. But the one thing I do love about certain players off the bench, Drummond didn't score no points. But the one thing I did love about Drummond is, guess what? The rebounding. The man had 9. Get this. 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds. Terrific. He had 4 offensive rebounds and 5 defensive rebounds. He's a rebounding machine. So I don't really care about the points when it comes to that, right? When it comes to, he also had 2 blocks. He had a terrific block a few times in this game. He had 2 blocks. He did his job. So points ain't everything, right? Justin Edwards, he had 0 points. He was 0 for 4 from the field. He did have 3 assists. He had 2 rebounds. But Walker's another guy. I give like that title of nonstop motor. Walker, Jabari Walker was another great pickup by the Philadelphia 76ers. He had 6 points in 14 minutes. He had 2 rebounds. But I just love his energy as well. But yeah, man, overall, this was a good win. And we just got to keep it up. I just want the Philadelphia 76ers to be healthy. Embiid's 39 points lead. Sixers past the Pacers. That's what they're saying on the screen. Most points since scoring 50 points in game 3 of 2024 first round. Wow, that's saying a lot. See, Joel Embiid's been battling through some injuries, man. I just hope we can be healthy enough to get to the playoffs and win it, man. This is the year I feel like we can definitely do it. I don't think the Celtics are. I mean, the Celtics have a good record, but I don't care about record. As long as we get into the playoffs, I think we can beat anybody. I know the Pistons are having a good season as well. Matter of fact, let me look up and I'm not really going to talk about the Pacers. You know, what I will say about the Pacers is I love I'll say a couple of things. TJ McConnell, I just absolutely love what he brings off the bench. Listen, TJ McConnell is a straight up dog. His defense is amazing. I love that he has no quit mentality and he's always on go. He gives anybody the smoke. There's not one name that's too big for him to talk trash to. And I love what TJ McConnell brings. Siakam, I always loved Siakam in his game. He did have 20 points. Oh, by the way, TJ McConnell had 15 points in 17 minutes. He was 7-11 from the field, and he had 5 assists and 2 steals. He was really good from the bench. Getting back to Siakam, 20 points, 8 of 19 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Siakam is just an overall solid / good player. I'll say good player. But yeah, man, they're missing their best player, and his name is Tyrese Halliburton. But listen, this is still a good win because they still got some dogs. I love what Nembhard brings to the game. I think Benedict Mathurin is I love what he brings to the game as well. And yeah, so they have some players, man. Regardless of them missing Tyrese Halliburton, they won't be the same until they get Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton, people don't understand how good of well, I'm pretty sure people understand, but like to me, he's the best he's the purest best point guard in the game in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But yeah, let's look at the standings real quick before I get off, and I'm gonna get to the chat. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. I don't want no one taking anything personal, but I had to give my bull James some knowledge because when you say for our center that's 7'2", 7'1", to chuck up a whole bunch of threes when you're breaking for chicken all game and you're shooting 21% from the field from 3 all season, why would you continue to chuck up them threes when you're the most dominant center in the post, when you're the most dominant center shooting at mid-range? You know, why do that? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. That is bad shots. Let's get to the standings for the Eastern Conference real quick. I'm not sure if the wins updated because I think we're 15-10, not 14-10, but maybe they did update already. But yeah, the Pistons are having a great season. I got no hate on the Pistons. They're 20-5. The Knicks are 17-7. The Celtics are 15-10. We can easily be the 3rd seed. We're right there. And we want to know why we're still up there with. It's because of one of the best players in the game. His name is Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey kept us afloat. And now that Joel Embiid is starting to come around, it looks like hopefully he plays the next game. I don't know when the next game is. Hopefully him and Paul George can be consistent in playing some games so we can get some team chemistry. But there's nobody in the East that I think can beat us. And I'm not trying to say there are no tough teams. I think the Knicks are tough. I do think the Pistons are tough. I still think the Celtics are tough even without Jason Tatum, but I think we're better than them. The Magic are tough, but I think we're better than them. I don't think there's any team I think we're better than the Raptors. I think we're better than the Cavs. The Heat, I'm more concerned about the Heat more than any of these teams, to be honest with you. I just think they're so well coached. They're so well coached and they got a lot of talent, but they're so well coached, bro. Like coaching matters, bro, especially in the playoffs. Matchup nightmares. You can create matchup nightmares, especially out of timeouts, especially halftime adjustments. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we have a chance this year. I made a video and said, are we cooked? But we're not cooked. We're baking right now. We are only cooked if Joel Embiid and Paul George can't consistently play games for the rest of the season. And not just them, and Tyrese Maxey. We got to have the big 3. This is our big 3. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and PG8. But that turnaround midi, fadeaway midi from Joel Embiid is unguardable, man. That thing, there's nothing you can do to stop him. That's what makes Joel Embiid so great. I just wish he would stop shooting so many freaking threes sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, bro, stop it. You're all-time great. I get it. You're going to shoot threes sometimes. But once you start shooting like 8 threes or 7 threes in the game, it's like, bro, what is you doing? I can understand you at the most probably shoot 4 or 3. But dang, when you start getting higher than that, bro, it's like, bro, especially when you're dominating in other ways, it's like, bro, what are we doing? That's all. But yeah, the Eastern Conference is wide open when it comes to winning a championship, and I truly believe that. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with your boy. That's you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. But shout out to everybody in the building. I'm gonna get to the couple of comments real quick. Defense and this is the first thing. Yeah, I get it. People are going to always say, just like when Joel Embiid doesn't play, you know what Sixer fans say? And James, you know this probably better than anybody. When Joel Embiid doesn't play and say Paul George and Tyrese Maxey and et cetera play, guess what they say? Oh, the Sixers are better without Joel Embiid. It's cap. It's cap. Listen, you need the big 3.
The cap. Really. Stop the cap.
You need the big 3. The team is not better without Tyrese Maxey. The team is not better, without Joel Embiid. The team is not better without Paul George. We need everybody to win a championship. We have a chance to win if they can be healthy. If they can be healthy. But just because Tyrese Maxey missed this game and Joel Embiid puts up these crazy numbers and the team looks a little bit better on defense, it doesn't mean that the team is a better team without Tyrese Maxey. I don't believe that at all. At all. But that's a typical thing a lot of Sixer fans say. If Joel Embiid's not playing, oh, they're better without Joel Embiid. No, not a healthy Joel Embiid. They're better without Paul George. Not a healthy Paul George. And I'm not even a big Paul George guy. Like I honestly, I'm gonna just keep those comments to myself. But I like Paul George's game, but I was more of a Jimmy Butler guy. You know what I mean? I wanted Jimmy Butler to be here, but you know, it's out of my power. I don't have no control over the matter. So I'm just rocking with what we have. And I think that Paul George, for a third, when it comes to third wheel, the third best player on the team, I like it, man. I like that. That's pretty good. You can't get any better than a Paul George being your third best player on the team. I mean, that's pretty darn good. But shout out to everybody in the building. God bless to everybody. Ain't nothing personal to everybody that's in the building. James, ain't nothing personal with you, bro. It's a nice little debate. Nice little thank you for talking that talk. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Have a wonderful day. And as always, I want to say, as always, God bless and be easy and be safe. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.